Now, Apostle Samson Ajay Baku, yeah, you be for a very long time. Why is in a year with regards to not young coupon Nasamoka? If you does Mambekin, I mean, some number back at Debbie. Morty, Assembly Waka a collapse there campaign of all the NDC. As someone no, no, we drew ye. I'm telling you that, hey, Obiana one pina ho, and some are all cordons on no, we drank a sack. Or family have a good to my family.
Edebia MPB kasa waka se digital emfa bia ne mesi apono so na me muhye nam se mfat nipa bi wa se ya hwe na ye de ye hyebre hye won sa ye beka achi last year me ne me family to kwan call US na baby aye free akono o hand luggage kre kita o betua ka mas $100 omboto minim se me du ha metia na airport o mka che se omu hie sika no gese metua o card so enti senya senne amoye ya mitimi send this kagu me phone so at once e push call bank e yisu me bank card e ditua ka me ne me ma ye ka airport ho enti niam bi won ma wuntu kwan da na wote ya ne ye ka obeka se bia e ya de hunu kitua bi ne ayama o e ya de kese pa eso se yebu na ye hyemu kana enti afutu kakra mesa de ama ye nyina nse Ghana battle no mom yen hye nso se efi sabri kono enya osom asem di osom ha ana se bia di ofri ha ana di ofri ha na mo yanwe se nea obetimi aye nhye ye pama ye nga ebetimi aboa oman ni nyina circle interchange ebo aye de je ye na yemra obeche bi lamti anytime ade poku ase de se okika ni nyina bomu a anytime alidie eye 9 eye $289 million but circle interchange kwa am I in 260 million.
Nti adult dey me paying the car. Na NDC for so that they be when you nyadin the other car some of them about them. But how do you expect him to also keep quiet, knowing so well that he's a Ghanaian? No, we cannot be in this Ghana and yebo would be able to kwatch na into me and come. MPP IRDA. I have to admit there when paying for MPP why are they? Communicators of MPP why are they? They sit on TV and they don't say the economy, no, it is vibrant, but they are saying it is getting better because statistics show it proves so. Even the World Bank, Ghana's economy is picking up. Even their own finance minister, the economy is bouncing back. He can see and he can testify. It's there no man kind of interchanges by the Basa from one government in an interchange from the NDC. I'm asking you back, but until the bar accepted, you can't die.
Eti say ye twin say we fi ha we som ha we a ye bedi ehu awu asofo amwa ha abato enya nkwaje oman hyehyeye enye salvation eba nkwaje asem a ene ye krer ka bo ye nso ne emfa sempa ne nante eba oman ne hyeye a ye hwe nipa odi no kware yo ye de ade hye ne nso obetima ye ne yamaye na ye fa hye ne nsa na emwaye fato ho kakra mediama we no sebe de na odisho sabren enye konfo ampesempese guniti e kristo ni etimesramo eba manyo semo a enye nchichemu se we som ha yenhwe ne owo integrity yo bedi no kore etumi ayade na maye eno ne ade bebo aye
enti chere yen won hwema nyimpa wo integrity nso ono so eni sifu so won buefu meaning there former president John Dramani Mahama on credibility. Hey, now can you tell me that three interchanges? Now, hey, Fatty. Hey, go Mahapa, sometimes no Canada also so they just don't want to accept it. Now, why the man? But what did they get? At that area no yet. And you better at an area no yet. Secretitious. Why one lawyer one a day? It was just a canon. Oh, oh, in your bisu one just settle allowances. One settle allowances are what you want. On your deal. And it's a engagement. Na so bi bana so yeduma na senewa Debbie, how can you tell me that one bana bay just one interchange sika odi na for the same interchanges different three, the price is even way better than ours that couldn't see. No, come on.
Letter. Okay, so this is a single letter. So I put it down so that you see it. It's a letter dated 29th March 2013. Incidentally, 29th March is the birthday of President Akufo-Addo, as we all know, and we're all anticipating a big birthday next week for the president. So that's 29th March, just caught my attention, just to say. So 29th March 2013, it was Akufo-Addo's birthday, incidentally. And this is a letter that is coming from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the Office of President John Dramani Mahama. It's a letter from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs coming to President Mahama. It says as follows. It's the title, Request for Secondment. Okay, so have a look at this. Let me put it on in a bigger way so you can see it. So this is the letter. I'll come back to it in a minute. So this is the details of the letter. Request for secondment of Foreign Service Officer to the Office of the President. So what it means is that the person being discussed here is a Foreign Service Officer. That means he works with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And the letter will show that he's an A5 officer. That's where usually they start graduates from. Graduates who go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs start at A5. You do well, you get to A4. You do better, you get to A3. You get to A2. You get to A1. And then you become ambassador. That's the ranking at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A5, A4. Sometimes it can take you 12 years from A5 to A4, depending on your performance. Some people come in at A5 and then they shoot them straight to A2. A1 is a very important position because that means after that you will be called ambassador by rank, which is the highest ranking foreign service official. They are called ambassadors. So with that information, let's get on. Request for a secondment of foreign service officer to the Office of the President. It says, I have the honor to refer to your letter, data so or the number so of 28th March. So he wrote on 28th March. On 29th March, he got a response of 28th March 2013 concerning the above subject, and to inform you that, now hear this, to inform you that Mr. Mause Ho Vomaho, Foreign Service Officer A5, FSO, Foreign Service Officer A5, will report to your office on 1st April 2013 as requested. Accept, sir, the assurances of our highest regard. So, Dr. Tuguba, when he was secretary to the president, wrote to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to bring Oliver Vomaho to his office, to come and work in his office. He was executive secretary to the president. President Mahama was president. They wrote a letter to Foreign Affairs. Bring, what's the name again? His name is Mause Ho Vomaho, A5 officer. He should report to the Office of the President to work there. The letter is signed. Okay, let's see whether the signatories are here. Okay, so there are the signatories. The letter is signed for the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. At that time, it will be Hannah Tete. And it's signed by Mercy Deborah Kakari, Mrs., who is the Director of Administration. And it's gone to the Executive Secretary, Office of the President, Osu Castle, Accra. Attention is Mr. Kizito Balance, who probably was a secretary in Dr. Tugube's office. But the letter is going to the Executive Secretary, Office of the President. Now, the letter says, in response to what Atuguba was requested, that the Minister of Foreign Affairs has the honor referring to the letter concerning the subject, and the subject is request for secondment of Foreign Service Officer to the Office of the President. So, my concern is that Vomaho knows Atuguba very, very well. Why didn't they tell us? Why didn't Vomaho, in all his public expressions, tell us that, oh, I used to work in President Mahama's office, so I know him well. Dr. Tuguba brought me from Foreign Affairs to work there. He really should have told us. I think it's dishonest that he didn't tell us. Because you are carrying out a public campaign. You are carrying out Fix the Country campaign. So you sit in England, you type Fix the Country on the social media, people jump to it. You don't tell us that you were part of the old government. You don't tell us that you were a foreign service officer and you were asked to come and work in President Mahama's office. So President Mahama knows Vomaho very, very well. Dr. Atuguba knows Vomaho very, very well. Why are they pretending that they don't know him? Why didn't they tell us? Why didn't Vomaho himself tell us that this is where I'm coming from, but this is what I think? It doesn't matter where he's coming from. It doesn't matter whether he's NDC, but he has to disclose to us that all of the Fix the Country I'm doing, I have a political background. My political background is that I was working in the office of President John Dramani Mahama, recommended to come to that office from a secondment from the Foreign Affairs by Dr. Raymond Atuguba. He should have done that. And that's why we are putting this out, so that everyone will see that this is what we are dealing with. Brilliant guy, no doubt about that. But this is what we are dealing with. He failed to disclose to us that he was working in President Mahama's office from 2013. It doesn't show when he left. Atuguba himself left in 2015. Our research shows that he also left after Dr. Atuguba left. He went to England. Then 2017 comes. election is lost. The 2020 comes, election is lost, and then he puts up something that I am doing physical. He calls himself Osaje Fon. You clearly have a political background, and maybe he has a political bias as well. That we can't say. I can't say whether he has a political bias or not, but it's a very, very good, big suggestion that he may have a political bias. All of that is still no problem, but disclose to us. That's why in corporate, they'll say that you have to disclose your interest, declare your interest. So disclose to us that I do have a political background. I had worked in the office of President Mahama, but I'm not NDC. I don't think NDC. I don't think central leftist. I don't think anything. But I worked in President Mahama's office. He should have given us that. Why does Dr. Tuguba and others talk about Fix the Country as if they don't know the guy? They all know him. President Mahama knows him. All the people who worked in President Mahama's office, they know Vomaho. He's their man. They asked Foreign Affairs to bring him from Foreign Affairs to work in the office of President Mahama. If you are not of the MPP political philosophy, they will not take you to go and work in the office of President Akufo-Addo. It's not going to happen. The people who work in President Akufo-Addo's office is principal people. Apart from those who are civil servants, it's principal people, secretary to the president, deputy chief of staff, researchers in the office, social media people. They all agree with Akufo-Addo's political philosophy. That's why they are there. So if you are Vomaho, in the past, you used to be called what? Mause. Mause. No, where's the name? Where's the letter? In the past, he used to be called Mause. Yeah, it's there. Mause Ho Vomaho. Now he's Oliver Baka Vomaho. So is Mause Ho Vomaho. That sounds like a Jalukope. Or is this Jalukope? I think it's Jalukope. That sounds to me like Jalukope. So that's Mause Ho Vomaho. And he's now Oliver Baka Vomaho. Nothing, no problem about that. But he has to tell us that, Chief, this is where I'm coming from. I am coming from the office of President Mahama. I was working for Dr. Tuguba. I have been away for 2-3 years. I think that we should fix the country. That's okay. We can engage the conversation. But he has to tell us the truth about his background, because the messenger is important. The message is important, but context is far more important. I'll say that again. The messenger is important. The message is important, but context is far more important. So Oliver Vomaho's context is that he used to work in the office of President Mahama. And who is President Mahama? President Mahama is one of the key fundamental protagonists in this republic relating to political leadership. There are two protagonists, and there have been two protagonists since 2012. President Mahama and President Akufo-Addo have been the two protagonists for political leadership. If Vomaho is doing something like Fix the Country, which potentially could inure to the benefits of President Mahama because he is not in office, Vomaho must tell us that I worked for President Mahama before. He should tell us. That he didn't tell us is dishonest. That Atuguba doesn't tell us is dishonest. So he writes something on Facebook, he's incarcerated, Atuguba makes a speech, and he talks about the same coup, almost in support of Vomaho. But he doesn't tell us that there's a clear nexus that links the two of them, that they work together, they probably are political friends, they probably have the same political philosophy. This will lead us to suggest that Vomaho may be working with a bias. We don't have any evidence to conclude that, but we have sufficient material to suggest it, that he may be working with a bias towards President Mahama, because he worked in President Mahama's office before.
TV Ghana, Matoda na Masor.